welcome back. Tonight we continue our countdown to the Manny Pacquiao-Brandon Rios fight in Macau. Pacquiao is coming off consecutive losses and is eager to put on a good show later this month for his fans, especially those here in Asia. Well, our Jameson Wong joins us right now in the studio to tell us more all about his chances, right?
Tony, this is a big fight for Pacquiao, but the event is also important for the sport in this area. Recently, we were invited to the Philippines to meet the Pac-Man, watch him train, and talk to the heavyweights in the business about boxing in China. Our trip to Camp Pac-Man in the Philippines would test the stamina and determination of any boxer. What was supposed to be just 2 short flights, Hong Kong to Manila, Manila to the southern island of Mindanao, turned into a day-long series of delays and downtime. And when we finally arrived at our destination, 4 hours behind schedule, what was next could only be described as surreal. Waiting for us at his home, 10-time world boxing champion Manny Pacquiao. After a brief meet and greet, members of the Hong Kong, Macau, and mainland media sat down for a meal fit for royalty, with the former pound-for-pound boxing king serving as gracious host and ringmaster for the evening. It may be only a coincidence, but big-time boxing, like other major sports brands, is seeking a way into the mainland market. Also on the card with Pacquiao are 4 Chinese fighters. China's Olympic boxing hero Zhou Shiming will be making his 3rd appearance in Macau. Promoter Bob Arum is one of the most influential people in the sport.
But everybody is going to China. Big companies are. Everybody is trying to make an impact in the Chinese market. They're the growing economic force in the world.
Last night we had a chance to see a side of the fighter that few people get to see. But today at his gym in General Santos City, it was back to business. In what could be one of the most important fights of his career, Pacquiao takes on former lightweight champion Brandon Rios. The Pac-Man is coming off a stunning knockout loss to rival Juan Manuel Marquez, and it's likely he won't be fighting much longer. Pacquiao turns 35 in December. And if he wins, we may finally get Pacquiao Mayweather, or at least an invitation back for his birthday party. Now, a reporter with one of the networks there told me this was the first time Pacquiao has ever invited the media over to his house for dinner. In our next report, what the Pac-Man means to his Filipino fans and what they mean to him. This relationship goes beyond just sports, Tony.
Great stuff, Jameson. Thanks very much. Well, on to other news now. And if you use the social media platform Facebook, you may have noticed a new trendy application which turns users' status updates into comic strips. But beware. Security experts are warning of the risks users the apps may be taking on. And Rachel Lung has the story.
Some applications are practical, while others are designed to kill time. And now we have BitStrips, a recent popular Facebook application. These comic strip characters can emote, perform actions, and even have conversations. Many Facebook users have jumped onto the BitStrips bandwagon. And while the application only designs your caricature, it asks you for your name, photo, email address, date of birth, and even a list of your friends and their birthdays. This user says that he has gotten so used to being asked for his personal details, he didn't see a problem with the BitStrips registration procedure. This internet user said he doesn't see why birthdays need to be kept secret, because he thinks not much can be done with that information anyway. Not so, according to a computer security expert we spoke to. Scammers can lure you in with emails tailored for you, says Seng Yung, the convener of the Internet Security and Privacy Working Group, Internet Society Hong Kong. He added these emails can lead you to certain websites or carry viruses. As for allowing these applications to access your list of friends, Young says identity thieves may use this to pose as you and ask your friends to download certain applications. So, if you have already got it, is it too late to delete the application now? Probably, because once you download the application, it processes your personal information. So next time, think twice before you click install. Rachel Lang, TVB News.
Trade unions have reaffirmed their opposition to possible plans to import foreign labour. But Secretary for Labour and Welfare Matthew Cheung stressed the priority will be given to the local workforce before the government considers bringing in overseas workers. In face of a dwindling workforce and ageing population, the government is floating the idea of importing foreign labour in its 4-month consultation on population policy. Speaking to TVB News today, unionist Stanley Ng called it a quick fix that would push down the wages of local workers. Ng, who sits on the Labour Advisory Board as well, said union members would not support the idea as a means to deal with recruitment issues unless employers took the first step to attract staff to improve pay and working conditions.
The employer can address that because they have a market. On the market, when you want to hire somebody, you may give a higher wages, try to recruit the labor. If employer can rise a reasonable salary, so we may consider it.
Also today, the Secretary for Labour and Welfare reiterated that the government's key approach now is to offer training to try to bring more locals into the workforce, such as women and ethnic minorities. But Matthew Cheung warned that may still not be enough to meet future manpower needs.
Whatever option we'll put forward in the end in terms of labour importation, it has to be based on 3 basic premises. First of all, it must not jeopardize the interests of local workers. It must not suppress local wages. It must not deprive local workers of job opportunities, and it's very important.
He said foreign workers brought in will have to be paid a median salary, which will prevent cheap labour from flooding the market.
The other thing, of course, we have to ensure that the employers have to go through local recruitment process, transparency, ensure that you do make an effort to recruit locally. But after all your efforts, if it proves to be totally fruitless, then we'll allow you to make an application and then vet the application on its own merits.
US prosecutors have filed a murder charge against the suspected gunman in the deadly shooting at Los Angeles International Airport. He could face the death penalty if convicted. Authorities arrested 23-year-old Paul Ciancia over the rampage in which a security officer was killed and 5 others were wounded, including 2 federal security officers. He was also charged with commission of violence at an international airport. According to a note found by authorities, Ciancia said he wanted to kill at least 1 Transportation Security Administration officer and didn't care which one.
An Egyptian TV station is under fire for refusing to air a popular weekly program that makes fun of the government and the military. The decision to pull the show, the program, has sparked street demonstrations. Protesters say host Bassam Youssef is being censored for mocking the country's military leaders. Youssef is considered the Egyptian equivalent of American funny man Jon Stewart. In the show that was supposed to have aired on Friday, Youssef also made fun of the broadcaster that runs the program. The station claims he violated its editorial policy, and supporters of the military have filed legal complaints against the show. All right, Tony, over to you for sports.
That's right, we've got some football to talk about. And we had another wild night in the English Premier League with wins for Arsenal, Manchester City and Manchester United. Meanwhile, Chelsea were upset by Newcastle 2-0. Yoann Gouffran scored the opening goal in the 68th minute at St James's Park. And Moich Remy added a late score. It was Magpies' first home victory in 2 months. The win also snapped the Blues' 9-match unbeaten run in all competitions. Meanwhile, Arsenal increased their lead at the top of the table to 5 points over Chelsea and Liverpool. The Gunners beat the Reds 2-0 at Emirates. Santi Cazorla and Aaron Ramsey were the goal scorers. Manchester City also thumped Norwich 7-0. Horse racing now, and Mucho Macho Man won the Breeders' Cup Classic in California. The $5 million race is the richest in America. With veteran Gary Stevens on board, Mucho Macho Man held off Will Take Charge down the stretch to win by a nose. The favourite, Game On Dude, finished 9th. The win puts Mucho Macho Man in contention for Horse of the Year honours.
Gaining. game on dude in the Breeders' Cup Classic.
And finally for tonight, today is Diwali. It's popularly known as the Festival of Lights and is celebrated by Indians all over the world. Families come together to celebrate and festivities last between 3 and 5 days. Rani Samtani takes a look at how they mark the beginning of the Hindu New Year in Hong Kong.
Diwali is one of the biggest, brightest and most important festivals in India. Here in Hong Kong, Indians unite with family to usher in the new year.
Like every other culture, Diwali is our new year. So we dress up, we go to people's offices and homes, we eat sweets, we party, just enjoy life.
Now, Diwali day, everybody usually prays for goddess of Lakshmi.
I travel to all my uncle and aunt's offices, and then we do pujas everywhere.
What is your favorite part about Diwali?
For me, it has to be going to temple and lighting candles there.
Be with the family and have lots of fun, eat sweets.
In Hinduism, the festival marks the return of Lord Ram from exile when small lamps and candles lit his way home. Diwali commemorates the victory of the forces of light over the forces of darkness.
Light is very significant in Hinduism. It is believed to symbolize purity, goodness, and luck. So during Diwali, they light small candles or lamps throughout the day and night.
This family is celebrating the occasion with the tradition of doing prayers at the office. Each day of the festival holds a special significance, and there are different prayers held in their honor. Family members decorate their homes, exchange gifts with loved ones, and feast over Indian snacks, including special sweets called mithai.
We eat sweet things because it's actually a reminder that we have to learn to speak softly and sweetly to one another. That's when we make all the mithais, the Indian sweet. Diwali is special because all the family get together, people you don't see for months, and they make sure on Diwali they will drop by.
While every Indian family has different Diwali traditions, the occasion is a time of reflection of the year gone by and a time to pray for a good year to come. Rani Samtani, TVB News.
We know from experience that those sweets are very, very tasty.
And very, very sweet.
Yes.
That's the news for tonight.
Thanks for watching. Good
Happy
night.
Diwali.
Happy Diwali.
Everyone, it was cloudy with isolated showers today. At 5 p.m., severe Typhoon Kroza was estimated to be 220 kilometers south of Hong Kong and is forecast to move across the seas east of Hainan Island. Today's temperatures range from 24.5 to 27.6 degrees, and the current temperature is 26.3 degrees Celsius. A trace amount of rainfall has been recorded since midnight. The standby signal number 1 is now in force. Steph Reddy has the weather tomorrow. Cloudy with a few rain patches. Temperatures will range from 23 to 26 degrees. Tomorrow's API is forecast at 35 to 95, and the pollution level range from medium to high. The maximum UV index forecast for tomorrow will be about 3. Now, here's the latest global weather update. Cloudy in Shanghai, rain in Taipei. Cloudy in Guangzhou and Chengdu. Sunny in Beijing, cloudy in Seoul. Showers in Bangkok, rain in Manila. Thunderstorms in Kuala Lumpur and Singapore. Sunny in New Delhi and Karachi. Sunny intervals in Cairo, showers in Nairobi. Sunny intervals in Brisbane and Auckland. Sunny in Toronto, sunny intervals in New York. Cloudy in Vancouver and Los Angeles. Sunny in London, showers in Paris, Frankfurt and Zurich. And that's the weather. Have a great evening.